Hey everybody, it's Billy. How's everyone doing today? So it is Tuesday, which usually means that it is time for my wrestling vlog, which I'm pretty happy to say that this weekend was a pretty fantastic weekend of wrestling. I mean, you count Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. All three, except for, well, Saturday was the Hall of Fame, and the Hall of Fame was good too. So 4 good days of WWE programming, basically. First of all, NXT, good. I enjoyed almost every match on there. If I was to pick the weakest match on the show, I would probably say it was the main event. Now, don't get mad at me because I know everybody loves Balor and Joe, and they did a great job, and it was a fantastic match, but I just think the other matches on the card that came before it were better. That's all I'm saying. Don't get mad. But I think what took away from the final match was they kept stopping the match to wipe off Joe's face. But I'd rather them do that than Joe hemorrhage blood all over the place. It's not that I have anything against blood in wrestling. It's just that he could have seriously been hurt. We don't know we didn't know at the time the extent of that injury, and it was pretty nasty looking injury. So it was an accident, and anytime an accident like that happens in a match where someone actually legitimately gets hurt, it kind of, to me, I don't like seeing anyone really get hurt. So that's kind of why but it was a good match. All of them were good. Then we got to the Hall of Fame, which was a really good Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Michael Hayes. The Freebirds finally getting in. Michael Hayes has been working with WWE for a long time, and I know that I've seen him like in these roundtable discussions back when they used to do the. I watched that on the WWE Network when I first got it a long time ago. I was watching like the roundtable thing they used to have on there, and I always kind of liked. They would always tease Michael Hayes about not being in the Hall of Fame and stuff like that. So I'm glad to see the guy got in, and everybody that got in the Hall of Fame I think deserved it. It was pretty cool. So I enjoyed the Hall of Fame, and then Wrestlemania happened, and Wrestlemania was great. I mean, you could complain about maybe a couple of the matches. Maybe a couple matches didn't live up to your expectation. I think going in, we all kind of known Roman Reigns versus Triple H was going to be a dud anyways. I mean, it was, as far as a match goes, it was okay, but, no one really wanted to see Roman Reigns go over, and it was kind of funny because Triple H is supposed to be the bad guy, Roman Reigns is supposed to be the good guy, and you just... And basically the fans changed that and made Triple H the good guy and Roman Reigns the bad guy. No matter how much Triple H healed it up, he healed it up his best, but he couldn't heal it up enough to make Roman Reigns be the good guy. And and one thing I will say is disappointing is I thought both in the Shane match and in the Roman Reigns match there would be some kind of outside interference or some crazy booking, but they were just straight up matches. And I actually thought the match between Undertaker and Shane McMahon I guess I should talk about that a little bit because, I complained a lot about the storyline leading up to the match. But overall, it turned out to be a decent match. And, of course, this big spot on the top of the cage where Shane jumped off and nearly killed himself. Fantastic spot. I just... I've seen him, land that elbow on like Big Show and Kane and do all these great big things to Kane. And when Undertaker saw where Shane was jumping, Undertaker was like, "Nah, I'm not taking that," and moved out of the way and let Shane crash to the table. It was, I just could imagine Undertaker just looking up and saying, "Nope, not in a million years." But no, it was a good match. I mean, a lot of people complained it was slow, but you got a part-time wrestler taking on a guy. I mean, Undertaker considerably is a part-time wrestler. He only wrestles, most of the time he just wrestles once a year. Past 2015, we got lucky. He wrestled like 3 times that year or 4 times. So that was cool of him. But Undertaker, he's not full-time. And then you have Shane McMahon, who hasn't been in a wrestling ring for over 6 years. So, I mean, I might have my dates wrong, but it's been a while since he's been around. So, congrats on both of them. They put on a fine show for what they could do, and it was I thought it was an okay match. It was a decent match. Of course, the highlight for me this weekend was the Diva matches, both the NXT Diva match and the and the title match at WrestleMania. I love them both. I'm just a real big fan of women wrestling. I've always loved women wrestling, even at the time when people hated women wrestling because they didn't like the fact that the Bella Twins and none of the divas on the main roster can work. You know what? I always enjoy the women matches. I don't care. They're beautiful women out there doing their thing, and these three women, you know, all five of them that were in these two title matches, beautiful, and they can work, and just a fantastic match from both NXT and WrestleMania. Great match, and I love the fact that there's that new women's title. So now we're on to Raw. See, that's what happens in these live videos. You try to... I just paused it for a second because I had a situation going on here. I had to pause. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to... I mean, I bought a little editing thing for my videos, but I don't know how to quite use it yet. So we got that little interruption. But besides that, on to Raw now, finally. Okay, live videotaping. No, but Raw was very, very good. There was a lot of introduction. A lot of NXT stars made it to the main roster. We got Enzo and Kaz now are finally officially on Raw. Looks like they're going to be feuding with the Dudley Boys. We got Baron Corbin, who actually made his debut at WrestleMania, winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So that's a great way to bring in a new guy. And then he had the match ended in countout, but it was still a pretty good physical fight between him and Dolph Ziggler, showing that he's strong. And I think they're going to do a lot with Baron Corbin, which I know a lot of people are rolling their eyes because they don't, oh, no, not another big man. Yeah. But you know what? Baron Corbin, I don't think he's that bad. In fact, I really liked his match with him and Austin Aries this weekend, too. So, you know, congratulations to Baron Corbin altogether. I actually am a fan. I know a lot of people aren't, but I am a fan. I think Baron Corbin will be just fine. Let's not like crap all over him just yet. Let the guy work. Let's see. You might like him better than Roman Reigns. You don't know. But the highlight of Monday Night Raw was, of course, two things. One, Vince McMahon decided to give the show up to Shane anyways. Like, he's going to let Shane run this Monday Night Raw because he thought, well, we'll see Shane fail, and now the fans don't know why I didn't want Shane running the place anyways. But it was kind of neat. I don't know how long Shane's going to be around, but at least kind of give Shane this one last night to kind of say goodbye. I think because Shane got so over with the crowd, I think WWE isn't in a big hurry to let him go. So even though Shane's got all these other things he needs to go do, I don't know if WWE's ready for him to go away. And I don't know if he's ready to go away because with all the great fan reaction. But so later in the night, they had Roman Reigns go out there, and he cut the usual promo. Hey, I'm the champ now, blah, blah, blah. Anyone who wants to face me, come on out. And the first person to come on out to challenge him was Chris Jericho, which, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, this is actually a pretty good pick because, hell, if anyone can go heel and maybe get the fans to boo him and cheer Roman Reigns is Chris Jericho. So I was like, good job, WWE. You can't pick anyone better. And then, because Chris Jericho, he's a really good heel, and he can upset the crowd and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. I think Chris Jericho would have to practically burn Roman Reigns' house down for him to actually get booed over Roman Reigns, but, you know, it could happen. Maybe. Chris Jericho's come up with some devious stuff. So, but then AJ Styles comes out, and AJ Styles, who lost at WrestleMania, but a fantastic match, by the way. He lost the match. That's fine. And people that lose at WrestleMania don't automatically not get title shots. But me thinking in my head is, well, he hasn't been in WWE that long. They're not going to get him the title shot. It'd be awesome if he got the title shot, but you could also make the argument he hasn't been in the company for very long. Why would you give him a title shot? Then you got Kevin Owens came out, and then Sami Zayn came out, and then a brawl broke out. So now, and then at the end of the brawl, Chris Jericho was in the ring by himself. He gets speared by Roman Reigns. So Later in the night, Shane McMahon announces, hey, there's going to be a fatal 4-way match between, you're going to have Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, and AJ Styles in this number 1 contenders match. Okay, cool. That sounds like a really good match. So, I'm psyched up for the main event. So, during building up to the main event, you had Sami Zayn. He's out there. He's, talking to Renee Young, and they're having a conversation. And then Kevin Owens comes behind Sami Zayn, attacks him, and puts him through a table. Now, Sami Zayn can't be in the Fatal 4-Way main event. So you think it's going to be a triple threat match. But Shane McMahon says, no, it's still going to be a Fatal 4-Way. I got another guy to put in there. So you wait to see who the fourth guy is going to be. So all three of them get introduced in the ring in the main event. So you're waiting for the fourth guy to come out, and you find out it's Cesaro. Okay, now, I'm sure all the online people collectively, just exploded inside. Okay, they were, because Cesaro is like the the online hero, everyone loves Cesaro. So, and I was thinking in my head, I know Cesaro's been gone for a while, but if he won this match, you know what? It'd be the biggest push in his career. Plus, he's been in the WWE long time, former United States champion, former tag team champion. You couldn't ask for a better number 1 contender. So you have these 4 men, and they put on the match of the lifetime. Then it gets to the finish. And it's Chris Jericho and AJ Styles pretty much by themselves in the ring. And you're thinking in your head, okay, it's going to be Chris Jericho. I mean, heck, he speared Chris Jericho earlier tonight. There's already a feud starting there. So Chris Jericho is going to be the one who's going to get this title shot. And Chris Jericho hits the code breaker, and you're like, okay, 1, 2, AJ kicks out. I'm like, oh, AJ kicked out. That's okay. So now I'm expecting, okay, one of the other ones are going to come in, and then something's going to happen, and maybe Cesaro's going to win, or maybe Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens would actually be pretty good face up against Roman Reigns, because Kevin Owens might be able to get enough heat to actually get the crowd to boo him and cheer Roman Reigns. Maybe. I don't know. Again, I think Kevin Owens would have to burn Roman Reigns' house down in order to get that kind of heat, but whatever, right? So I'm thinking something else is going to happen. Then suddenly AJ reverses it into the Styles Clash, hits Chris Jericho, 1, 2, 3. And at that point, my jaw just dropped, because I was like, they're really going to do this? They're really going to put AJ Styles in the main event at Extreme Rules with Roman Reigns? I mean, I was just shocked. I was like, and then I just kept thinking in my head, how are they going to pull this off? Because Roman almost has to go heel now, because there's nothing Roman can do. Because AJ Styles is one of those people that's so popular that I don't know how. Don't even try turning AJ Styles heel, because that's just going to blow up in your face. You cannot turn AJ Styles heel, because the only way heel AJ, for one, TNA tried it and it didn't work in TNA, so it's definitely not going to work here in this situation. In order for AJ Styles to get the kind of heat to get booed over Roman Reigns, not only would he have to burn Roman's house down, he would have to slap his child too. I mean, seriously, I don't know what AJ Styles could do to get booed over Roman Reigns. So to me, man, I mean, and the approach this match, babyface versus babyface, it's going to be babyface getting cheered over babyface getting booed. Roman Reigns is going to go into this match to heel whether you want him or two or not. So I'm not saying we're going to get a Roman Reigns heel turn. An AJ Styles heel turn would be a terrible idea. Terrible. Look, trust me, like I said, it didn't work in TNA. It's not going to work here. Yeah, AJ Styles is our new number 1 contender, and that's great. There is a little sick, twisted part of me that's thinking, okay, AJ Styles is going to get this big match for the world title just so WWE could stick it to TNA one last time and just have Roman Reigns just totally knock out AJ Styles, not even have it be a close match. That would be terrible, but hopefully that's not... I'm not giving you ideas, WWE. Don't you do that. That's terrible. Don't you even think that way. I think Roman Reigns, if this turns out to just be a one-on-one match between these two, coming out of WrestleMania, I honestly think Roman Reigns is going to hold on to the title. Sorry, folks. I don't think AJ Styles is going to be our world champion yet. He might be. I'm not against it. I'm just saying, come on. Do you really think WWE is going to have Roman Reigns drop the title this soon? I don't think so. But it's cool that AJ Styles gets this spot. So I'm not complaining. Awesome. Great booking in this situation, but I just you got your mind. You're interested now to see what happens because you got to figure out how are they going to make, how are they going to put real genuine heat between AJ Styles and Roman Reigns, and how are they going to, really put this whole match together. And I really hope they don't add more people to it because I just like the dynamic between AJ Styles and Roman Reigns. I want to see that match. I don't want to see AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns versus Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens versus Cesaro. I don't want to see that, okay? Just AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns. Let's do that. Let's see how it works. And then next month, if you want to make that big multi-man match, go for it then. But let's just see how AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns work because I'm really curious at how this whole thing is going to go down. So I just wanted to talk about this. This was a really unique weekend for wrestling, and I kind of want to see what happens. You got my interest, WWE. Don't screw it up. All right, bye.